It took a lot of calming down for me to do this video because I was heated. I was heated when I saw that video. Heated. It took me 2 days to actually come to the point where I can sit down and do this video. By the way, this video, I'm going to disable the comments. And I'm going to do that because this is not a place to be tearing down a woman, to be throwing hate and shade towards a woman that has already gone through enough. There's enough hate going around, there's enough shade going around. So I'm not going to allow for that to happen on my channel. You can do that elsewhere. There's plenty of other videos where you can throw hate and shade towards this woman, but I'm not going to allow it on my channel. And I'm sorry if you're eager to comment and tear her down, you're not going to do it on my channel, okay? So I'm going to cover the narcissistic aspect in the first half of this video, and then towards the end, I'll talk about, the hate and the shade and everything else that's being thrown at her. So he's clearly a narc, okay? We've established that he's a narcissist, and he thinks he's greater than life. He thinks he can do whatever he wants because he has the money that a lot of people wish they had. So he has, the capability to do things that, the average narc doesn't get to do, okay? So like they say, when people have money, they get to be 10 times what they are. They get to really expose who they are when they get a little bit of money. It just comes out. So where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? I have so many thoughts going through. So let's talk about how this narcissist used social media to embarrass and humiliate his victim. He used social media to make her look crazy. He was purposely antagonizing her. He was purposely pushing her buttons so that she can explode, so that he can say, you see, she's crazy. Look at her. Look at what she's doing. This is uncalled for. I'm calm and collected, and narcs do that all the time. I'm calm and collected, and look at her acting crazy. So sad to watch. So sad to watch because I've been there. Clearly, Danny did not know who she was up against. Now, I am going to give her credit because very few women are going to have that level of self-control not to explode. Okay? She showed a heck of a lot of self-control because honestly, I would have thrown something at him. I would have assaulted him. Clearly, I'm not going to sit here and lie. It would have been extremely hard for me not to. It took a lot for her to keep her self-composure. Anyhow, so although, towards the end of that day, I don't know when, was this Monday? I think it was Monday. Towards the end of Monday, we found out that she did indeed get charged for assault. But do you blame her? Do you blame her for assaulting him? I'm not going to say that it was justified. I'm not going to say that yet, but I clearly see how a person can lose control after being publicly humiliated in the way that she was publicly humiliated. If you haven't watched this video, I'm going to link it in my description box because obviously I'm going to disable the comments, but I'm going to leave the link so you can watch the entire video so you can really see how this man managed to push this woman to her limits so that he can have the last laugh. And that makes a narcissist feel good about himself or herself because women do this as well, okay? Now, I heard somebody say that she's a narcissist as well. She's also a narc because I don't remember what this particular person said. But let me tell you something. If you know narcs well, you know she's not a narcissist. A narcissist is not going to get on her phone with her hair looking all crazy, with no bra on, and cry. They're not going, not to the world. They might do it to a person here and there, but a narcissist is not going to do that. Okay? Because a narc cares too much about their image to get on a phone that she knows everyone is watching to make her look crazy. They care too much about their image. Now, a narcissist may do that, but you better believe her hair's gonna be done, her makeup is going to be done, and she's gonna look pretty as she does it. A narcissist is not going to do that. So for the people that say that she's a narc, no, she's not, and you're wrong about that. And you know she's not. But the thing is, when people dislike a person, they're gonna throw whatever out there to make a person look bad. And that's what social media is doing. But back to the narc. I'm gonna get to that later. Back to the narc. Narcs thrive on attention. This man was loving the attention so much. He couldn't stop filming her. He couldn't put that phone down. And we know he has the money. We know he has the funds to put that woman elsewhere. He didn't have to bring her to his penthouse. He didn't have to bring her there. He had the money to, first of all, he didn't even have to go to DR. Narcs are so used to dominating people, manipulating people, that they really think they can manipulate everybody in their web of lies. This man was lying so hard, saying that she was a side chick. If she was the side chick, why would you even go to the Dominican Republic? You're rich, remember? You're super rich. You can send somebody to go get her. You can put that girl in her own apartment. You don't have to bring that girl to your house. Who does that? She's a side chick. I don't care. If you are a smart man, if you're a smart person, period, you're not going to bring a side chick whom you don't care about, whom you don't love, to the house that you're living in. Not if you got that type of money. Now, broke men who don't have any other escape, who don't have another avenue to do that, may do that because he's broke. He doesn't have the money to put her elsewhere. But I just want to make all of you really see through. And I think a lot of you say it, but you don't want to admit it because, again, you want to find a way to excuse it. A lot of people just want to excuse this behavior because they like his music, because they think he looks good, because, there's many reasons why. If you watch the video carefully, you will see her just holding her head in disbelief. Now, a woman who has never experienced this, a woman who has never met with a narcissist, and I don't know her well, and I don't know her story, her background, but I guarantee you she had never been with a narc. I can guarantee you she had never been with a person like this, and that's why she reacted in the way that she reacted. That's part of the reason why she was in disbelief. She was probably like, why in the world would this man lie to me, bring me to his house, tell me this fairy tale story, and then do this to me publicly? A lot of people were saying, she should have just left. She should have just left. Honey, if you had never been with a narcissist and you're going through the motions, this is your first child now, this is your first child, and you're trying to keep the family together, and he's putting all of this on IG. She is a public figure herself. She's a public figure. She has a large following. She wasn't just thinking about the situation. She was thinking about what was going on in her personal life, but also, what her fans were thinking. It's more than meets the eye. And for those of you who have been with a narcissist, you know that sometimes when narcs do these type of things, you go through a fight, flight, or freeze. I don't know if I'm saying it in order, but it's fight, flight, or freeze. It's one of those. In my opinion, she went through the freeze mode. She went through that freeze mode. And I saw her picking up her phone and like moving. Like she was probably trying to find a way to get out. But this is a woman that has no family support. This is a woman who was in a state that she's not from. She doesn't know anybody. And yes, she's a superstar. And yes, she has money. But damn it, money isn't everything. When you have a baby and you get kicked out of your place that you've been living in for the last 3 months, it's not that easy just because you have money. Mind you, she's going through this emotional breakdown, trying to figure out what is going on. Like, come on, you guys. For those of you who have gone through narcissistic abuse, think about the you a year ago. Think about the you 2 years ago. Think about the you who didn't know about narcissism. Like, this girl clearly does not know about narcissism because had she known, like we know now, right? The ones who are recovering, she would have left. She would have just, nope, he's going through his episodes. I'm not doing this. He's going through his episodes. Let me just walk out. It's not as easy as it looks. That's why I was so angry yesterday because I was like, whoa, a lot of these women have experienced this. They know that this is not easy. They know that emotional abuse is not easy. That really angered me. The fact that so many women were bashing this woman, you know, throwing shade, throwing hate, saying that she deserved it. When you guys know, when you're with a man like that, narc or not, players, narc or not, you know he was putting things in her ear, in her mind, telling her, you're everything to me. I don't love my other baby mama. You're it. God knows. God knows. Only they know the real story. Only they know the real story behind the other baby mama, behind whatever, other women. Only they know. But we know what we saw. We know what we saw. Are we blind to that? Are we going to just act like we didn't see what we saw? He was the one antagonizing her. Had this woman with no bra on all up in the camera. Like this woman did not have a bra. That's the reason why she kept, coming in and out. She didn't have a bra on, dude. And she was probably too shook emotionally to even think about, let me go grab a bra so I can put it on and really get on this video and really get on this live. Of course, she was embarrassed by everything, but she was also shook, taken aback, like, what is really going on? As a narcissistic abuse survivor, you know that you've been through that. You know that you've been through that stage where you're like, what? We didn't all just come to a place where we knew to walk away. That happened with time as we processed the situation and came to the conclusion that this person is toxic as hell. Now let's talk about how a narcissist wins. How does a narcissist win in their mind when they do this? They win by pinning you against the other party. In this case, his baby mama. So in his mind, when he called her a side chick, her anger was supposed to be not only directed to her, to him, but also to her or whatever other women, because we don't know. She said the baby mama and other hoes in the state. So listen, men do this all the time. This is not new. He wanted her to get out of line, which she did off cameras. And she was smart about that too. I'm going to give her that. She was smart about that because she didn't do it on camera. So Let's give her credit. Let's give her credit because most of us, and we know this, most women, especially the ones that were getting on her, would have rocked the shit out of his face. Not off camera. We would have done it on camera. We would have beat his ass on live. The level of self-control that this woman showed was astonishing. Was astonishing. And I'm not saying that she was right by hitting him or assaulting him. If that indeed happened, because we also have to keep in mind that he was with his brother and his assistant. He could have very well just made that lie up and said, she hit me, right, brother? Right, to his assistant. And they were gonna, what are they gonna say? Of course, they're gonna side with him. She didn't have her people there. So that's alleged, the assault. This happens all the time, okay? This happens all the time. I'm not convinced that she hit him. I don't know. But again, I can see how a person can be pushed to that point because let's be honest, reactive abuse when you're dealing with a narcissist is very real. And that's why you should get the hell away from a person who pushes your buttons to that extent. A lot of people are calling her weak. She's not weak. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop calling other women weak because if that's the case, we've all been weak for a man. We've all been dumb for a man. We've all been there. It just it's shocking to me how many women can look at another woman and feel that she deserves that. Yes, she missed a lot of red flags. And I hope that the young ladies who are listening to this video can pay attention to the red flags. What were the red flags in this situation? The red flags in this situation, to me, as an outsider, I'm pretty sure she had many being in the relationship. As an outsider to this, one major red flag for me was when he grabbed her by the hair in a video and he was like dog walking her by the hair now. And when I watched that video, I knew that man does not love that woman. It was crazy to me. When I watched that video, I said, he does not love that woman. And how can she allow him to do that? Because if you pull me by the hair on a video, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to elbow you. I'm going to do something to let you know, don't do that shit to me. Don't play like that with me. And for her to be smiling at it, like it was cute, it made me see that she's not there yet. Because she was smiling like it was cute. She's very in love with this man. And she's very naive. That's what I see from as an outsider. As an outsider, that's what I see. She is very naive and she didn't see that red flag that we all saw because everybody when everybody saw that, I mean, he was literally pulling her by her hair, yanking her and walking her. Like that was a red flag for me. Another red flag that she should have seen was the fact that if a man is treating his other baby mamas like shit, you should already know that he's going to treat you the same way. Red flag. If a man treats his exes like shit, he's going to treat you the same exact way because that's who he is. It's not about the women. It's about him and his character as a man. That's another red flag that she missed. Another red flag, and this should have been like the red flag, was him leaving her when she was pregnant. Him leaving her when she was pregnant should have been a red flag for her. Because a man that leaves you at one of your most vulnerable times in your life, if not the most vulnerable, that's got to be that is the most vulnerable time in your life when you're pregnant. A man that leaves you during that time does not love you, he cannot love you. If you tell a man, I'm pregnant with you, we are having a baby, and he walks away, he never loved you. I'm sorry. He didn't love you. Unless, he had to go to prison, or he was an addict and he didn't need to go to rehab, those types of things, like a life-changing situation. That I understand, okay? But when he's got all this money and he loves you, he's gonna make things happen. He's gonna make it happen. So that should have been a flag for her, okay? But again, we've all missed red flags. We've all been there. We have all been there. That's why I cannot judge her. Now we're gonna get to the other side. Now we're gonna get to the other side, and we're going to talk about why so many women were throwing so much shade and saying that she deserved it, and saying that she's dumb, stupid, calling her all types of names. Everybody, a narcissist, all this crap, okay? Now, putting myself in the shoes of a black woman. I'm not going to say a black woman because they say I'm a black woman. I don't know. Now I'm confused by what I saw on the internet yesterday. I don't know what I am. I'm Latina. I know that I'm Latina. But we'll get to that. All this hate was thrown at her. I didn't know until yesterday morning when I posted a picture of her on my Instagram page. If you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. I'm going to put my Instagram handle on the video. Healing from a Narc. So on my Instagram page yesterday, I decided to put a picture of her showing her support, sending love and healing energy. And one of my followers put a comment saying, wasn't this the woman? No, it wasn't a question. It was, this woman caused a lot of hurt and pain towards Black women because of a song. I never heard the song. I had never heard the song. So I'm like, let me go, before I respond, let me go and listen to the song. And the song was basically saying, yellow bone is what he like. Light-skinned women is what he like. Nowhere in that song did she say, I'm better than dark-skinned women because I'm light-skinned. Nowhere in that song. I heard a snippet. That's what I could find online. If there's an entire song out there that says more than that, then I don't know, because I couldn't find the whole song. It was a snippet, and it said, yellow bone is what he like, blah, blah, blah. She was grooving to that. After, going through, watching the video, analyzing everything. If you see yourself as a Black woman, as she says she does, had that been another Black woman, let's put it like this, because she sees herself as a Black woman. She's Dominican, right? I'm Dominican. If you, as a Dominican woman, as a woman of color, see yourself as a Black woman, because Dominicans are Dominican Republic is 70% mixed. So they have Black ancestors. They're mixed with Africans, right? Because Africans were brought to the Dominican Republic, okay? Africans, if you don't know the history behind Dominican Republic, Africans were brought from Africa to the Dominican Republic, and they were mixed with Europeans. So 70% of Dominicans are of mixed race. I'm of mixed race. I did my ancestry thing, and I'm like 55% African, different parts of Africa. I think I'm mostly Nigerian, though. I'm mostly Nigerian. Really, yeah. I have to go back. I did this a long time ago. So most Dominicans are mixed. Okay, we got European blood, African blood. If she sees herself as an African woman and she's saying yellow bone is what he liked, she's not saying that makes her better than other women. She's not saying I'm on top of the world because I'm light skinned. She just said that's what he likes, her dude. The man that she's with, which, when she did the video was um the baby, right? When she did that video. So yeah, that could have been very well a dig at his ex. Clearly. Do I think it was tasteful? I personally would have never done that. I wouldn't have done that. No, I wouldn't have. That's me. But I don't think that she meant to say that she's better than all women who are darker than her. She just said that's what he liked, my dude. That's what my dude likes. Me saying that my dude likes my skin color. That's what he likes. That I'm not saying that all women who are darker than me ain't shit or that I'm better. I'm just saying my dude, this is what my dude likes. So I don't understand why black women would see that and be like, she's being a colorist. To me, it's not being a colorist. To me, that's just saying my dude prefers yellow skin. And I think there's rappers that I'm not gonna even get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. But I'm going to say this. It's very confusing to me as a Latina woman who's of color to be told one day, y'all are black. Y'all are black. Stop acting like y'all not black. And then when we embrace our blackness and we say, yeah, I'm black, I'm a black woman, let me act like one. Then, oh wait, she's acting like she's black now. She's acting black. No, you're not black. To the point where we have to prove that, we have family members who are dark skinned. Because let me tell you something, only because a woman is light skinned like her does not mean that she doesn't have black blood in her. You can't really see my color really, but I got some color to me. I got some color to me. This is my dad. So my dad is dark. My dad is dark. The flash made him look a little lighter. He's a dark man. Okay. My mom is light. And my brother is lighter than me. And there's people that in Dominican Republic, okay? So I just want you guys to see the whole picture. I want you guys to see the entire picture. There's people in my family who come from black people, darker than my dad, like my mother, for example. My mom is a white, very light. I'm not gonna say white. She's a very fair woman. She's a very fair Dominican woman. And her dad is darker than my father. If you were to see my mom, I don't have a picture of my mom right now. God, I wish I had. You would be like, oh, she doesn't have any black in her because she came out that color. People, you cannot tell a Dominican person you're black, but then when she embraces her blackness and uses the N word, she shouldn't be saying that. But you told me you were black. It's beyond me. It's crazy to me. Because let me tell you something. I'm not gonna sit in here and lie. I use the N word. I don't use it every day, but I use it. And I use it because I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in Manhattan, I lived in the Bronx. And for the black people that live there, Latins use it all the time. You know that. I don't know why people get online, but I cannot understand why Latins are using the N word. Latins use the N word and they've been using it for a very long time. You cannot tell me that if you go to Brooklyn, if you go to the Bronx, if you go to Manhattan, you're not going to hear a Latin say the N-word. We all say that. When I saw the video, I said, damn, niggas ain't shit these days. That's what I said when I watched that video. The fact that I don't use it on my channel on a daily basis is because I understand how some people, black and white, and even Latinos, don't like to use it. So out of respect for my viewers, I don't use it on my videos. Why don't I ever hear anybody talk shit about Cardi using the N-word? Because Cardi uses the N-word. Let me tell you why. Nobody talks shit about Cardi using the N-word because Cardi will go the fuck off on everybody. She doesn't give a shit. Danny doesn't do that. People, just like narcs, and I'm not saying that everybody's a narc, but people know who to fuck with. People know who they're gonna say shit to. Just like the baby didn't do that to his other baby mama. He knew to do it to her. He knew not to do it to Mimi because Mimi would have probably smacked the shit out of him on live and not given a fuck. It would have been a brawl. Baby or no baby in the mix. He would have gotten hit right there, got his shit rocked. But he knew not to do it to her. He did it to Danny because Danny is more composed. She seems as though she's a more naive type of girl. She's a more naive, more reserved. She's not Cardi. That's why all of these comments about the N-word, Hennessy, Cardi's little sister, all of these people say the N-word. There's no issue with Cardi saying the N-word. At least I haven't seen it. I have not seen any issue, any comments about Cardi because Cardi doesn't give a shit. So people will attack others who they see, they perceive to be weak. That's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happens. With narcs, non-narcs, if you give that image of perceived weakness, then they're going to go after you. They're going to go after you. Now, my question is, had this woman been a Black woman, would that hate towards her still exist? Or I'm not going to say a Black woman. Had she been a dark skin, even Latina, had she been a Latin dark skin, there would be no issue. The big issue stems from women, Black women, thinking that she said she was better, which again, I don't see that. I there's nowhere on that snippet, and again, I could be wrong if there's a whole song out there saying I'm better, my coochie's better than if there's a song saying that she thinks she's better, then it's probably out there. But she didn't say that. She just said my dude likes light skin. Because at that point, I can guarantee you the baby was in her ear saying, I love your skin. I love your hair. Like a lot of Black men that hate Black women. I'm not going to say hate. They hate themselves. That's the story they tell. How do I know? Because I've been with some. I've been with Black men who hate themselves. They hate their skin. They talk about never being with a Black woman. They don't like Black women. They like Latin women because we're lighter, because they think we're calmer, because they think that we're not gonna. They think that we're not going to put them in their place. They think, some Black men think a Latin woman is safer. I can get away with more. And then surprise, you're not gonna get away with shit over here. That happens. That happens. We don't know if at that time when she made that song, he was telling her, I love your yellow. I love your yellow bone ass. I love it. That's what I love about you. That's exactly why I love you. And of course, her not being with a narcissist and, her probably thinking that, he's mine now, but she wants him. He created this. He created this. Again, I personally would have never made a song like that just because I don't think there's a need to do that. I think if your dude loves you, he loves you. And if he's telling you he loves you because you're yellow skin, because whatever, then you don't need to tell the world that. I had a lot of guys tell me, I love your hair, I love your skin color, and I want to have a baby with you because our babies are going to be cute. I didn't feel forced to tell the other woman, he wants me because I got curly hair and I'm light skinned and we're gonna have cute babies together. I didn't feel the need. I would never do that, but again, everyone has their own opinions and their own way of doing things. At the end of the day, she's a woman, just like you, just like me. I don't think she deserved that. I think she made a lot of wrong decisions, just like we all have. Okay. And I don't think anybody deserves to be humiliated in the way that she was humiliated. Because let's be real, you've never been a side chick? Or some women have it. No, I'm not, some women have never been a side chick. Some women have never been in a love triangle. Good for you. Some women have never been lied to by a man, have never experienced this. But a lot of us have. A lot of us have gotten played. A lot of us have been in situations where we refused to see a man for who he was and ended up feeling like shit right after. We have been there. That level of humiliation, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. She was never mocking his ex, his baby mama. She never mocked her. She did a song saying, "My dude likes me. My dude likes my complexion." But whatever, the internet is going to read in between the lines and ultimately have, you know, whatever opinions. Okay. This was just my 2 cents as a Latina, as someone who, like I said, I don't know what to say because I'm constantly told, you're black, you're black, you're black, you're Dominican, Dominicans are black, Dominicans are black. But then I can't say the N word. Then when I say the N word, no, you're not black. You're not black, you're light skinned. Where's the black people in your family? I gotta pull out my picture. I gotta show you that my dad is a black man, clearly. Like, make up your minds. This is to everybody who keeps saying Dominicans are black, Dominicans are black. Well, if we're black, we can say the N word. We should be able to say the N word. Just like you guys embrace Cardi B saying it, then you should embrace Danny saying it because how many shades away are they? I don't get it. How many shades away Cardi and this girl have? I don't know. Maybe one or two. Yellow bone, red bone, brown bone. It don't matter what color we are. We should support one another. We should just love and support one another. It don't matter what color you are. And that's why I disabled the comments. Trust and believe. I can take the heat. So don't think that, oh, she disabled the comments because she can't take it. No, no, boo boo. I can take it. I'm just not going to make my channel a place where we're going to throw hate at this woman that is already going through enough. I'm not going to host that on my channel. I refuse it. I will never do that. Not to her, not to anybody. Whether she's Dominican, Puerto Rican, black, it don't matter. I'm not going to tear another woman down. I'm not tearing nobody down. I'm not tearing nobody down unless they're a narc. The only people that I'm going to tear down are narcs on my channel, okay? So I'm not going to do that. But we need to um, understand that one another. Understand one another. Understand that we all go through shit. We all have shitty ass baby daddies. Well, not all of us. Not all of us, but a lot of us, okay? Or exes deal with shit that we're like, whoa, I cannot believe this motherfucker did that shit to me. Like, whoa. The only difference is that with her, it's happening in a whole different way. Like this girl was really seen by the entire world with no bra on, no makeup on, daddy, the baby daddy kicking you out, like her shit was really exposed. You can't tell me that. You really think she deserved that? Come on now. You can say that, but and you know what? Some people may mean it, so I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that you don't mean it. You may very well mean it because you did not understand her. Because you didn't understand her. Because you did not understand that she sees herself as a black woman. Because we're constantly told as Dominicans that we're black. But anyway, I covered that. This is the end of my video. I know that a couple of people may unfollow me, and that's fine because I have to be honest with me. So if anything that I said on this video made you feel some type of way, to where you need to unfollow me, I'm fine with that. I'm going to stay true to who I am. I'm going to tell it how it is in a respectful way, always. But, that's fine. I understand. Everybody has different opinions about situations and things in life. I just wanted to give my perspective as a Latina woman and as a woman in general, like I just wanted to express how I see these things. Okay. So for those of you who are going to stick around, for those of you who are not going to unsubscribe, I will see you next time. Bye bye. Take care.